Hey guys, it's Epic Samuel Cootie, and right now, today, we're going to be doing a video on, I don't know, for one. Actually, let's do one on clowns. I know clowns are like everywhere inside. Yeah, killer clowns and stuff inside the UK moving from America. It's an American thing, it's nothing to be worried about anyway. They're just trying to scare people and stuff. Clowns. Like, some stuff like that. Trying to kill people. If you do see a clown, like, outside your window or stuff, call the police. Then they'll arrest him. Don't get worried, it's just clowns. Also, yeah. It's gonna load. It's gonna load. See you guys inside a sec when it actually loads. Guys, I've just searched up clowns. Okay. This, guys, as you know, is nothing to be worried about. They might be trying to scare you and stuff, but just ignore them. Or if they come and chasing after you, call the police. Yeah, like some of these. So it's this one.
What's Faggy? I don't know. This one comes from Faggy.
So what's this one? That one's creepy. That's a mask. Can you guys see that? That's a mask. If you guys see. I just
attacking less.
What nobody else knows is why. Yet still,
about clothes as well.
they're way to the West Coast. Guys, whoever lives in South Carolina, you messed up. These sightings having real testimony.
I just watched something else where two people. And by the way, never call a killer clown. Jeez. Free hugs. This is freaky. This is all freaky stuff. Remember, don't get worried if you see a clown outside your door.
Local news right now, it's hard to avoid stories like this one.
The clowns are chasing us up here.
On Facebook, they said there was killer clowns around here that were killing people.
We saw a man with an all-black on, clown mask on and like a red wig.
Subject dressed in a red and yellow suit with a clown mask.
This wave of clown panic started in late August when police in South Carolina received reports about a suspicious character dressed as a clown who was trying to get children to follow them into the woods. Residents reportedly took matters into their own hands and began firing shots into the woods.
We do know that it's striking fear among members of our public, and so we have patrols out in each of these areas, and wherever we think we might anticipate that person, we've added patrols to see if we can intercept the person.
So the police are in this too.
And since then, police around the country have been inundated with complaints about clown sightings and prank calls falsely reporting sightings,
Hey guys.
and residents in some
sister's
communities are
here
asking
too,
if
for
they're
some
allowed to
reason.
shoot clowns on site.
No, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct. I was not scaring nobody. I promise you. How do we get 911? I just came out the door, I swear.
As you can hear the police officer saying, these arrests are usually made for disorderly conduct, though some states also have anti-mask laws that prevent people from concealing their identities in public. The consequences of these copycat pranks are playing out in a very real way. Schools in several states have been put on lockdown after threats from people posing as clowns on social media and word-of-mouth reports of clown sightings. On top of that, one student in Georgia was arrested for bringing a knife to school to defend herself against clowns, and another in Virginia was arrested for posting a request on social media for a clown to kill her teacher. At Penn State, hundreds of students flooded the streets in search of clowns that had allegedly been seen around campus, though police reported that there were no credible sightings or threats.
No matter who you're voting for, we can all agree on one thing.
Turns out the clown backlash may be more dangerous than the pranksters themselves. At the end of September, a 16-year-old who was allegedly scaring neighborhood kids while wearing a clown mask was stabbed to death after a confrontation. Now, this isn't the first time things like this have happened. As recently as 2014, there was a similar clown craze in the US that became a small social media trend and spread to France. But the roots of people dressing up as clowns as a prank are a lot older than social media. In 1981, in neighborhoods around Boston, police received over 20 calls about children having seen mysterious clowns. Local schools panicked. Police questioned a clown that they believed to have been the one children had seen, only to find that he had just been making rounds to department stores as part of his job. A few days later, police in Kansas City were flooded with an estimated 60 to 100 calls about a demon clown scaring children, armed with a knife. Parents were on edge after local parochial schools sent home a note warning them about a killer clown, but police weren't able to find any real threat, and they blamed the hype on prank calls and children's imaginations. Now, all of this happened just a year after John Wayne Gacy was charged with the murders of 33 people, mostly adolescents, committed over the course of the previous decade. Gacy worked as a clown for charity, so there was a lot of pre-existing fear around this image of a dangerous clown. And for the next 25 years, appearances kept happening. East Chicago in 1991, Washington, D.C. in 1994, South Brunswick in 1997. And when you think about what first made people afraid of clowns, it's tempting to pin it to Gacy or movies like It and Poltergeist and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But to understand how clowns gained the dark associations that they have today, you have to go back to the British Regency era, back when a clown named Joseph Grimaldi was the most popular entertainer in England. If you look at the costumes that he wore, you can see how he invented a lot of the classic clown look as we know it today. The colorful hair, the extravagant clothes, the white face makeup. But Grimaldi rose to stardom at a time when what it meant to be famous in pop culture was changing.
An interest in celebrity culture began to emerge. You know, people were
This is really
interested in the
scary.
personal
If you're getting
lives of
freaked
people
out,
that they
I
saw
suggest
in
you stop
public.
watching it
So being a
because
public person was
it's
no
really
longer
scary,
enough.
kind
People
of.
wanted
But
to
also,
know about the private
if you're going to start
individual
watching it, don't stop
and
here.
the secret and
Just to tell you,
potentially scandalous
never,
aspects of their private life.
ever call
And
a
that private
clown.
life had a dark side.
Okay,
Grimaldi
that's it. I'm
suffered
too
from depression
hungry.
and alcoholism. When he was first starting out as a writer, Charles Dickens edited Grimaldi's memoirs
just
and
joking.
later immortalized a version of that disturbed clown character in his first novel, The Pickwick Papers. The image stuck, even though entertainment went through some major changes. Slapstick clown humor had always worked well in situations where you couldn't always fully see or hear what a performer was doing, like in large auditoriums or in movies
This
without
clown
sound.
stuff is
As
going
mainstream
too
culture
far.
changed, clowns
Clown
became
acts
darker
and
characters.
circuses to
A
everything.
wildly popular clown who's very highly visible in popular culture. There isn't one, or rather there are two. There's the Joker, who's a sinister psychopath, and there's Krusty the Clown, who's morally, financially, and physically bankrupt.
Oh, I don't know what you're saying. It all sounds so crazy to me.
So the days of, you know, Howdy Doody and other figures are unfortunately gone. So I do have some sympathy for the clowning community. I mean, their numbers have dwindled, and they really have been reduced to children's party performers. And, you know, I mean, that's quite a considerable demotion from the place that they've occupied in our culture, really for 2,000 years, if not longer, and into ancient classical history.
Who would help a killer clown?
So we want to encourage people who may be inclined to dress in clown outfits not to do it, and to avoid doing it at all.
A lot of police statements have made sure to clarify that these aren't real clowns. They're people dressed as clowns. And while that might sound like a silly distinction, it's actually really important for the professional clowning community.
It does frustrate us because we work very hard at our art form and we take it very seriously. It brings clowning a bad light as a profession.
Traditional professional clowning is in a rough spot. Membership in the World Clown Association, which is the nation's biggest trade group for clowns, reportedly dropped from about 3,500 in 2004 to 2,500 in 2014. And since the latest wave of sightings, many professional clowns are afraid to make public appearances. Some have even canceled events out of fear for their own safety.
I'm more afraid for the clown than I am for, the citizens, because pretty much everybody down here got guns. I don't want to be the one to, ride up on you and have an encounter with you, because I don't think it's going to end well.
If you want a better idea of the scale of the clown prank epidemic that's going on right now, you should go over to Atlas Obscura. This guy named Eric Schilling has put together this interactive map. It looks at all of the sightings, all of the reports, and all of the false reports that have come out in recent weeks. I haven't tried to count everything on this map, but there is a lot.
Guys, just one little bit more. 2 minutes, yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez. It's creepy.
It's so creepy. I'm freaked out. I'm going.
Alright.
We have currently been witnessing one of the greatest clown epidemics of our time. Here is one that looks peaceful. I mean, yeah, nah, he's creepy as fuck, but he's not hurting anyone. Neither is this guy. He's just trying to meet new people. And
No, what are you doing?
Swearing.
He sounds like a clown. Oh my god, that guy took up all our time.
You have to upload this.
I know, I am. It's 43 minutes. Alright, I'll watch some of this one. Not all, by the way, guys. Not all. Just go to here. Oh, there we go.
let's talk about clowns. We used to love them. They were so cool. They were so funny. They would juggle. They would do a lot of tricks. Lots of clowns would come out of cars together. It was hilarious. Okay, these aren't clowns, but isn't that actually crazy? Like how many people they fit in that car? Everyone used to go to the circus just to watch clowns. Well, face right, if clowns are so funny, why don't we like them anymore? Well, you know what? Let's just fast forward a few years.
So we're about to see Austin do a double round off. Go.
Oh my god.
What's a round off?
I have no idea.
Handstands. Cartwheel, I mean.
But what's a double round off?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That one's scary.
Oh, that one scared me.
Did you see that scream like?
Clowns are trying to kill us. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you don't like the video, this guy's gonna fucking kill you in your sleep. Anyways.
Oh my god.
No, watch it all still. Don't matter.
Everything's weird.
That's just a one-off.
No. That's all for today, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and yeah. And remember what I said. Call the police if you see a clown. Alright, guys, so bye.